Kapow.
Hello, Smithers.
What up,
Hello,
man?
Smithers.
You said Smithers?
This guy.
Wow, that's a 40-year-old reference. Jesus.
Okay, man. See, bro.
Excellent.
Ain't nobody said.
Who watches The Simpsons?
It's the longest running show, right?
Well, no. I do have some memories from The Simpsons.
I have some memories from The Simpsons.
It started when I was in junior high school, like the 7th grade.
Yeah.
I got the Christmas song with Batman. Batmobile off his
Man, y'all.
Oh man. Jingle
Hey,
bells,
hello.
What up, America?
Robin laid it there.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Look,
welcome back.
We
Yeah,
back
man.
at it with Lysol, and we got animal crackers up in this joint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
If you're watching, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Help us out.
So
You know,
America, that
Yeah,
tells
man.
you
Please do.
we try to stay safe and clean with cleanliness. Yes. As
No matter how hard you try, Sean. No matter how hard you try, you're not gonna get that same smell out of your house. I'm sorry.
See, here we go.
I'm sorry. No matter, I don't care what you.
So it begins. And so it begins.
America.
That cloak of insecurity. See, he pulled that blanket. He pulled that blanket out and froze his camera up.
All right, man. All right, come on, let's get it going, man. Because I got some information, man. This draft, I don't know about y'all, man, but this draft has been kind of the most talked about thing. And K-Man, you're probably right. It's probably because of Shedeur Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
This draft thing, man, has been. I've never seen it this crazy so early.
No, last year was crazy. Last year when you had, we didn't know 6 quarterbacks were going to go in the. But last year was crazy. Last year, but this year is just It's so unknown. It's so unknown. Like last year, there was no trades until what? It was like what? Pick 16 or something.
So K-Man, here's another crazy part. What the hell are the Steelers doing waiting on Aaron Rodgers? Are the Steelers going to draft the QB? Or the Steelers going to take Shedeur?
I don't think Shedeur. I know the headline says will he fall out the first round? I don't think he's going to fall out the first round.
No, he's not. He's not.
But you have to understand that they don't like his makeup, and by they don't like his makeup, they don't like what's the old saying? You know, so young, so bright, so black. They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that.
Yeah. What came in the knock on Sanders is that he doesn't have the big time arm. One of the things a lot of people talked about was that when he drops back and he has the ball like this, before he throws it, he does this.
Yeah, he taps
it.
Yeah,
he taps it, and people were saying that 1 second could mean a difference in the NFL.
See, here's the thing about the ball pattern, right? So Tom Brady did it. Drew Brees used to do it. It's sometimes for different quarterbacks, it's a rhythm.
One of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, Dan Marino, used to do it.
Yeah. And so it's like it's a rhythm thing. And so I feel like with Shedeur, and anybody, any of y'all 3 people that have watched this podcast over the years know that we're not afraid to take it to race, right? And so this is Shedeur Sanders, one of the most visible African American QBs to come out of college in recent years.
Yeah.
in part because of his
His
dad.
father.
But anytime that you have a a semi-successful black quarterback, the microscope is going to get put on him, and in Shadeur's case, because of whose son he is, it's going to get put on him a
That's
hundred
the
times more.
that's
And
the
so
big
they had to
magnifying.
go
Yeah.
in and find something. They had to go in and find something. Now, do I think he's better than Cam Ward? No, I do not. I used to, but as it stands right now, no, he's not a better draft prospect than Cam Ward.
Good
But
point.
is Shedeur Sanders first? Is Shedeur Sanders first round worthy? Yes,
Hmm.
he is,
He is.
especially for this particular draft. Will he be ready to start on day one?
No,
Who knows?
I
Who
don't think
knows?
so.
But as a prospect, to be able to bring him into your organization, a kid that has a good head on his shoulders,
Hmm.
who has experience with NFL coaches at the
Right.
college level, you bring a kid in like that to your organization, and you build them up for 2 or 3 years. Kind of what we were supposed to do with Michael Penix, but we were stupid and gave Kirk Cousins all that money.
And B, to your point, I agree with you, man, because I'm thinking whatever team, and I'm praying that Shadeur goes to a good team. Whatever team he goes to, have him sit for maybe 1, maybe 2 years at the most. Let him soak up the system, learn the plays, and I think that third year he'll be a beast.
I,
Yeah.
it's just mainly because he's confident. They hate him because of his confidence.
That's a
Does he
family
have
trait, K man.
does he have a does he have a rocket arm?
No.
No, but in this NFL, you don't need it. No one. We're not. This ain't the '80s and the '90s where you see 70-yard touchdowns anymore. We, we don't see that. How many dudes have rocket arms in it? Well, like Drake May, uh,
Michael Penix.
what's his name in Buffalo? Allen in Buffalo.
Jaden Daniels got a little arm.
Yeah, Josh Allen,
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes,
Mm-hmm.
but
That's it.
Jalen
Everybody.
Hurts doesn't. He just won a Super Bowl. Super
Yeah.
Bowl, Super Bowl
True.
MVP. So
Let's think about the
we're
greatest quarterbacks
at
we've had in a modern time. They didn't have rocket arms. Peyton
Okay.
Manning did not have a rocket arm.
Peyton Manning didn't have a rocket arm.
Tom Brady didn't
really.
have a rock. Tom Brady didn't have a
Exactly.
rocket arm.
But his thing, all of
No.
those last two guys you all mentioned, they were game managers and they knew the plays. They could call plays in the huddle, and they could literally manipulate a defense into thinking they're going to do something else.
That's the quarterback's job. So this strong arm thing is just something. It's just a nitpick.
Well,
the padding of the ball, something to nitpick. Because if you have a good QB coach and a good pass game coordinator, you can work that out of him. So this is all nitpicking because he does the roly thing and you don't like it.
Well,
that he exudes confidence.
Hold on, let me ask y'all this.
Exactly.
Let me ask y'all this.
Exactly.
Y'all, like B, you become an Atlanta Falcon, season ticket holder. K man, you hit the lottery. You and wifey become season ticket holders of the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
What would y'all like to see? A screen pass or a deep ball down the sideline for 70, 80 yards?
I want to change the moves.
Neither. I want to see a dub.
I want to change the moves.
Okay, good point. Good. Yeah, get us.
Like, yeah, give me efficiency. Show me that these coaches know what they're doing in game planning, knowing how to just exploit holes on the defense. And at the end of the day, give me a dub. I don't care how you get the ball down the field. Give me a dub.
Matriculate the ball down the field doesn't matter.
Exactly. What's that dude? Hank Schramm said?
Yeah.
All right. Well, look here.
But I'm gonna go back to
with it. Matriculate the ball down the field expeditiously.
Go ahead, K man.
There was a thing about Walter Nolan, the defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. There were some reports about him, saying that he was because he's more introverted, that could be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
introverted. Who cares? You see how he plays? This is nitpicking season.
It's
101.
I want to say something else, but this is a family show.
Yeah, right.
a family
Yeah.
It's not that hard, Nick. But I'm just saying.
I know what you. I
Yeah.
cut. I
But
cut on that, Kim. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's utter like to me. I think now for me and Brandon, we would love to see Shedeur fall somewhere between 12 and 13, 12 and 14, because it would mean that some of the players that we want come down.
Right.
But I don't want to see them to go down to to the Steelers.
That's what people were saying. They were saying that he's going to fall into below, like between 20 to 25.
I can see the Steelers going to get him. I don't see him falling that far.
Ooh, K-Man.
Yeah.
That's another rumor, K-Man.
They got to go to 8. They will have to go to 8. And I mean, who knows what the Saints are going to do at this point? I think
we'll get to that.
It was a hot topic last week, but yeah,
hold on, B.
I think the Saints are window dressing by letting this Derek Carr news get out.
B, you down there in Carolina, so you think the Panthers are going to give up that 8th pick?
Why not?
Yes. Why not?
They
need picks.
You know what? Do you know how much of a haul they would get for a move that big, for a jump that big?
The quarterback.
Yes, they're still rebuilding. They're still rebuilding. They will end up with 2 firsts this year, maybe a first next year, and a third day pick. Yes, sign me up if I'm the Panthers.
And as far as
the Panthers are going to be drafting defense, right? They're going to be drafting defense. Front seven. You can get out of the first round completely and still have your pick of the litter. That's why I don't, and I'll we'll get more into it. But go ahead, Kennedy.
Also, one thing I'm hearing is, so this is the last year of the COVID players.
Yeah.
So that's why 2021 to now have been so stacked, because you had the COVID eligibility. Next year's draft is not that good.
And K-Man, to that point.
So trading a first wouldn't be that hard.
And K-Man, to your point about the COVID, they have a lot of players that are like over the age of 25.
Yeah.
They had that last year of college, at 25.
So this is why this draft, the past couple of years, wide receiver was so stacked. Quarterback, first round, so stacked. This year, we already know the stack positions: tight end, defensive tackle, running back. Next year's draft is not going to look like this from any standpoint. So maybe sacrifice a 1 or 2 from next year. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you.
Y'all talking some stuff this morning, boy. Okay. Hey, well,
especially if you're right there, if you're right there on the cusp of potentially getting to a conference championship.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then back to the Steelers. I want him to go to because I know what he's doing. Trying to exert power over Mike Tomlin.
Exactly.
And then Mike Tomlin, this is what you chose, and you deserve it. You and Amar Khan, your GM, you deserve this. You deserve this.
Wow.
You deserve this. Because you could have went out and traded for Kirk Cousins and called it a day.
Yep.
So you deserve this.
Yep.
All right, man. So look here, bro. Big Wee, you got your thing up, man. Who the Titans taking, y'all? We already know the answer.
So we're doing our mock draft. This is the first ever that we're going to do only top 10. We're only doing the top 10 and our teams. We're doing a top 10 mock draft. Who we think the teams should pick. And we're going to get I'm going to get raw. I'm going to point out some stuff. I don't care.
So I'm gonna tell you, of course, the Titans, they're taking Cam Ward, man.
Oh,
that's a no-brainer. and
You
I'm
know
hoping
what?
I'm
Really?
hoping it works out for him now.
Really, Sean? I thought Will Levis was that guy.
See, K man. Now you bringing
Can
up
y'all
old
see this?
stuff.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Now you bringing up old stuff.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
what old stuff? You told me Cam Ward was that. I mean, you told me Will Levis was that
Will
guy.
Levis. Yeah, I watched him at Kentucky.
Yeah, you're on the record, sir. You're on the record on this podcast.
Multiple times.
Um,
telling me that mayonnaise boy was that dude.
Well, look,
where
here's
Sean
my
was
thing.
right,
Since I said
where
that,
Sean was wrong.
look,
Hey, Sean, hey, Brandon, can you make this the font bigger? And
look, since
Yeah.
I said that,
See?
I want to cleanse myself
yeah, it works.
of everything I've said.
Cleansing.
Okay.
Saints cleansing. Yeah, kind of go hands in hand.
Here we go.
See?
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, B, you lucky. Most of my family on my dad's side live in the Atlanta area, man, or in Georgia. You lucky, man.
Consider myself lucky then. They can get this work too.
You wild.
Anyway.
So
First pick in the NFL draft got Tennessee Titans. So I think we all know the consensus pick for this
Yeah.
pick.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
now B,
we go ahead and do that.
The second pick B and K, man. What y'all think about that one?
I have my choice. Who I think they should get.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, K, man. Who you got, B?
I got Travis. I don't think they can. I don't think that Travis Carter is the best player in this draft.
Yeah, true.
He's the best player in this draft, and it's not close.
But B, wait, what position should he play?
Corner.
Both. Let him play both. He want to play both. Let him play both. If he can be elite at both, let him play both.
I don't think he can be elite at both.
Uh-oh.
No,
not in the NFL. In the Big 12,
in that division. In
the Big 12, yes, he could be elite.
In that division,
I don't know if he could have done this in the SEC. Both.
Good point, K, man. But I'm saying if he goes to the Browns in that division, which position is best versus the teams in that division? You know, the Steelers got DK. Ravens got
I can still see y'all.
A good question. Corner. I gotta go up against. I need him to go up against Jamar Chase. I need him to go against Jamar Chase.
K man, that's prolific. Because
I need him.
K man, that would be a matchup for the ages.
And you brought up DK. I need him to go up against DK. So yeah, and then also yes, I'm also picking Travis. I don't know where this Abdul Carter crap. Oh, we got Myles Garrett.
Him and Myles Garrett, no.
Yeah, no. Your problem is offense.
Yeah,
that's your problem.
Right. Yep.
And he will help you there too.
So are we in
consensus?
We on the consensus?
Yeah.
Travis to Cleveland at 2?
Yeah.
All right.
Travis to Cleveland at 2. On to the New York Football Giants.
Look,
they have
I'm looking at my sheet.
Room.
I know who who y'all think, man?
I don't know because their GM and their head coach should have been fired.
I got Abdul Carter from Penn State, but
facts.
I don't know if that's the Giants. Here's the thing: the rumors are the Giants could be taking, things into consideration about dropping back and getting draft picks for that third spot.
Yes, because if I was the owner, I want draft picks to build up my team. When I fire my head coach and GM, I'm not going to let this go. Those losers should have been fired.
Right.
But if I'm picking for this
my
team,
thing with Abdul Carter, my thing with Abdul Carter is I feel like it's so easy, right? Penn State, he wears number 11. It's so easy to make the Michael Parsons comparison, right? They even look alike.
Mm-hmm.
Similar bills, they even look alike. Mm-hmm. Great 40 times at the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
but you look at Abdul Carter's film, you don't see Michael Parsons. You don't, and like, granted, Michael Parsons played more linebacker at Penn State than Abdul Carter. He's more strictly edge than Michael Parsons was at
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
linebacker. But like, teams have to be careful with picks like this because it's easy to fall in love with comparisons. I'm
Well,
not
I
saying
actually
he's
think
not good.
I think he's better than Michael Parsons. That's just me.
Yeah, K man. As far as I watched him play live and watched him in film. Coming off the edge, man, he's more what I call a disruptor.
But he does more than that. He can cover a tight end out of the flat
True.
or a running back out of the flat. He is that athletic.
Yeah. Yeah. You
See,
right.
and that's
Yeah.
that's the thing. There's athleticism there, but can he develop a repertoire of moves that where he, because in the NFL, relying on athleticism alone will get you stymied on more plays than not.
It depends on where he goes.
K man, I was going to say it depends on what scheme he's put in.
Michael went to with Dan Campbell. Was it Dan Campbell?
Mm-hmm.
He went to Dan Campbell. If
Yeah.
he'd have went somewhere else, he'd have been. Some people always forget. They always like to call someone a bust, but it's the situation that you're drafted to. Because these are young. I think we talked about it in a group chat.
You got yeah.
Your mind doesn't really become fully cognizant until you're like 25. So
Exactly.
you're drafting these 21, 22-year-olds, maybe 23-year-olds
Mm-hmm.
to these organizations, and these organizations are trash, a la the chip team that we're picking at right now. I'm still on that ass.
And K man,
Yeah.
K man, to your point, what you just said, man, you are a front office guy.
Yeah.
It trickles down from the top, K man.
Yes.
It depends on what situation they're put in what management, and what their thought process is, and which way the team should go, and what scheme, what coaches to hire.
Like let's go back to the number 2. Travis can go anywhere because he's that good.
Mm-hmm.
He can go anywhere. He's that good. Cam Ward, it's better for him to go to
the Titans.
the Titans because they run the Shanahan McVay offense.
Yeah.
Right? But then some of these
Right.
players, they got to be drafted into the right situation. Because as good as they are, they could be wasted. So,
ooh boy, that's a good point. I be
we spent a long time on the Giants.
So
the,
yeah, for
the
real.
Patriots be.
Abdul Carter to the Giants, or
Yeah, I'm gonna say Abdul Carter to the Giants, man.
I go Abdul Carter to the Giants. Yeah.
okay, all right.
All right, B, we want to start with you.
New England Patriots.
Who you got, B?
Yeah, I think there's only one choice here, and one choice only. If you're serious about Drake May being your quarterback, both of the now and the future, you got to protect him. You got to go Will Campbell, LSU.
That's what I said too, man. And
Yes.
You have to.
And when we come to my number 9, I get on my Saints, a little wagon. But Will Campbell is a good pick for them. Drake May, when I watched Drake May with his mechanics, even when he was in college, his mechanics were pretty good. He's a big dude. He reminds me of Elway, kinda, because he's a gamer. He's going to give you all he's got. He's going to run. And when he runs, he doesn't look athletic when he runs, but he's going to run and try to get you the first down or whatever. But
yep, cool.
All right, K-Man.
Now we at a good old
Jags.
Duval.
I'm going with the consistency of everybody said. I'm going Mason Graham. I swear to God. Yeah, I swear to God. Sharon Moore better be at the draft. He better, because you're going to have 4 dudes drafted in the first round. And if I see that die job Ryan Day there, who probably only have 1 player drafted in the first round, you're going to have 4, and you beat the so-called national champion. I'm not going to cuss on the show. Give me Mason Graham to the Duval.
Yeah, I
Duval.
I agree too.
Also, their coach is going to get fired in 4 years.
Look, K-Man, you said Duval, right? He said he going there. He gonna be living his best life, ain't he?
Mm-hmm. That money. He gonna be Butenhauser.
I'm living my best life. I
Yeah,
ain't
just
going back and forth with you.
getting fired, but still having all these checks.
Oh, all right, man. So look here.
All right. Vegas.
There it is.
I think there's only one pick here too, but
I didn't watch this guy, but
they
I heard a lot of guys talking about on the draft chart. The guy, I think his name is Mimbao, offensive lineman.
I'm sorry. This is Pete Carroll. He won a running back. I know they're trying to throw you off like, oh, they might not go. But then Ashton Genty, like he really likes to run his mouth, and he was on some kind of overtime podcast.
That was a rumor, man. That was a rumor.
He said that the teams that have been heavy talking to him the most have been the Broncos and the Raiders.
Ooh.
I would hate for him to go to the Raiders.
K-Man.
We're not trading up for him. He's going to the Raiders.
Man, that's the rumor about your team.
Yeah.
Sean Payton.
Even though Sean didn't talk to him at the combine, Sean wasn't there when he talked to the Broncos. I see him going there. I see him going to the Raiders.
Yeah.
So who you got, B? You got him going to the Raiders, B?
All right. So yeah, Genty to the Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that picked the offensive lineman from Missouri. All right.
Yeah. Oh, hey, they got to prove their competence to me.
Yeah.
Prove their competence. That's right. Tell them it's a business, right? You got.
All right. The same with the team we about to pick now too.
The Jets.
Yeah. Here's a spot. I think it's a perfect spot for Mimbao. But do they fall in love with yet another tight end?
That's what I said.
Tyler Warren.
That's who I picked, B. Because you got to think they're gonna have Justin Fields. No, Fields.
Yeah,
Fields. Okay.
Fields.
No. So they got Fields. They have Fields, and if they're serious about him, then they need to protect him. Tyron Smith's gone.
Here's the thing.
Retiring with the Cowboys.
Here's the thing, B. They're going to have Justin Fields in the best weapon for a quarterback like that is a running game and a tight end. They can easily dump the ball off to the running back or have the tight end block come across the middle.
There are too many. You have such a huge need at offensive line. There are too many good tight ends in this draft to pass on Mimbao at this pick.
Yeah, there's too many.
Now, would the Jets do it? Yes, because they've done stupid stuff. But
okay.
Fortunately for the Jets, they have 3 competent dudes here about to make this pick.
Yeah. And as long as Woody Johnson and his dumbass children or his dumbass offsprings have no say in this, and they let Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn and the people that Muji and Glenn brought in, then yes, it's going to be men. It's going to be
B, we're going to need you to edit that. We're going to, when K-Man says that, we're going to put the little block over his mouth. We're going to
say, do it when I'm cussing. I ain't cussing yet.
Right. So we going Mimbao number 7.
Yeah.
I give y'all that one.
Yeah.
Remember I said Warren, but I give y'all that one. All right, so look here.
Yeah.
And B, the next team, we've already mentioned this, and we kind of touched on this earlier. I think the Panthers are going to go defense and take the edge guy, man. For Marshall.
But I don't think it'll be him. I don't think it'll be him. I don't think it'll be Jalen Walker. I think they either go Shamar Stewart. I think they go Shamar Stewart or they go Michael Williams. It's gonna be defense. We know that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you, B, this is just my take. I think the Panthers are trying to get back to that time when they had Luke Kuechly.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what type
fortunately for us, there's not a Luke Kuechly in this draft.
Yeah. So I would go Stewart. I don't. That's for me. I think they'll go Stewart.
Dang. I said the guy Green from Marshall the Edge come off the edge, but then we go to my team.
Well, edge is an edge. You know, if we
Yeah.
can go Stewart or Green. It doesn't matter. I don't think Green's going as high, but you know.
Yeah, me neither.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
we'll go Stewart here.
I give you that. Yeah, okay.
Sean, you on the clock.
Sean, you on the clock.
And animal crackers.
30, 30 seconds. What you gonna do?
So the inside, this information I heard. The Saints people are not even thinking about Shedeur Sanders at number 9. The insiders are saying at the facility on Metairie, Louisiana, is saying that the NFL and other people are putting that narrative out there. The rumor is they're still thinking about Jackson Dart.
Oh my God!
Hold on. Hold on. Let me. They're thinking about Jackson Dart or the cornerback from Michigan, Will Johnson.
Bro, I'm glad that you love your team and that you're proud of your team and you're open and honest and all that. I would have kept that one to myself.
Hey, I'm just
I
saying.
would have kept that one to myself. I would have kept it to myself.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna let Brandon.
But look, hey,
I'm gonna let Brandon.
I'm gonna give y'all some trivia. When was the last time the Saints drafted a quarterback in the first round?
Arch.
Yeah,
Right,
March,
kid,
yeah. 50-some years,
1975. I
right?
was 4 years old.
Okay, so if you won Jackson Dart, if the Saints won Jackson Dart, I got a trade proposal because
K-Man, they talked about that too, K-Man.
Because I know a team last year who was on Bo Nix who would love Shedeur. And this would prolong him to stay, and that's all they want him to do. The Rams.
Ooh, I didn't hear about the Rams.
He sits, he gets the Rams come up to 9, pick him. He's the heir apparent to Stafford. He stays there. He's behind Stafford for 1 or 2 years. Remember, Shedeur is smart.
Yeah.
And with him and McVay, and they play in a dome, you don't need Nakua. You don't need bombs. It's going to be, once again, matriculating down the field. What about that? And that allows the Saints to go get Dart.
I heard the Steelers might call the Saints at 9 if Sanders is still there.
Yeah. So to me, I can see that too. I can see that scenario too, because once again, you have two coaches I absolutely trust. With Shedeur. Shedeur will stay in the, he'll get pick top 10, and then he can go somewhere
with two good situations.
You know, because yes, who's the Saints head coach now?
Kellen Moore.
That's Shedeur is not his type of quarterback. That is not his type of quarterback. And Kellen Moore is a very limited individual, in my opinion. So he can't handle Shedeur. So to me, this is a great calling up spot to say, hey, I'm willing to give you next year's first. Once again, I said next year's draft isn't that good. Yeah. Who is it? Eller from Penn State. I mean, he ain't that good either, but he's right now consensus, or the quarterback at LSU.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. So this would be a great trade up spot, in my opinion. He went to go get the kid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here.
This would be a great spot for maybe the Saints. I mean, maybe the Steelers, or maybe the Rams to trade up get their future
I
quarterback.
like I say, I heard the Steelers. I ain't heard about the Rams.
Yeah.
What
I've
think
heard
you?
about the Rams.
So what did I obviously I missed a minute or two
Well,
of
well,
dialogue.
we were talking about teams that
What did you come up with,
we were
Sean?
talking about teams that could call the Saints to move up to take that number 9 spot and possibly take Shedeur.
I said the Rams. Sean said
Okay.
the Steelers. But this seems to be this place seems to be maybe even 8. 8 may be the spot where someone wants to come up and call for Shedeur.
Okay. So are we gonna look at? Let's see. So we got. Let's see who's behind them. Nope. 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 I mean, I think logically,
Well,
it would be. It would probably have to be the Steelers, right?
that's
Because
what I was thinking.
none of these teams here, all of these teams got quarterbacks. Okay,
Yeah.
all of these teams here have quarterbacks.
But
So,
remember the Rams
only
motto.
huge question mark.
But remember the Rams motto.
Yeah.
now look, I'm gonna tell you
That's
something.
true. But to
A
go from
pick
26
to 9, right?
to 9,
What's that going to cost?
That's I don't have the Jimmy Johnson chart on me or the Rich McKay chart on me, but that's going to cost you at least, and a quarterback premium. That's going to cost you next year's first, maybe 2027's first, or I mean,
now look,
yeah, you're talking 26, yeah, and then 2 additional firsts, and then probably a day 3.
I don't think it's 2 additional. I think 26 and 27.
That's what I'm thinking. A 26, 27 second round, maybe.
Or yeah, maybe first round 26, second round 27. Okay, all right. First round.
We're talking about
third round this year. Third round this year. First round 26.
Yeah.
Second round 27.
I'll give you that one, K man. I'll give you that one. But look, I'm going to throw another wrench in this cog right here, bro. Another rumor I heard, since Alvin Kamara is getting a little bit old, the other option was Genty.
Nope.
For the Saints.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say my guy. Like, ain't no way I'm letting him go to New Orleans.
Well, Genty could fall because there's rumors that the Raiders don't. They might go somewhere else with that. And if you go after the Raiders, the Jets are not going Genty because they're going to go running back committee. Carolina's not, so that could be a call up spot.
Right.
But all right, well, hold on. So for number 9 spot, I said for the Saints, Jackson Dart. Who y'all got for the Saints at number 9?
I'm not putting. I refuse to have Jackson Dart get drafted that high. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
any more draft?
Look, no. Let him have it. Let him have it.
Here we go.
Let him have it.
Hold on. I said the people are thinking Dart, but it could be Will Johnson, the cornerback from Michigan, because we need a tall.
Who do you
corner.
want, Sean? This is yours.
This is
what
this is
mock
yours.
is about. Who do you want?
To be honest with you, I want you.
Who do you want? Okay, so let's take
Shedeur
Sanders
Sanders.
at 9.
That's who.
There you go. You got your QB.
God damn.
You got your QB. Now,
so look, go ahead, B.
I was just gonna say for the sake of time, I'm just gonna there needs the offensive tackle, running back, safety, edge, linebacker.
I said Genty to the Bears.
Genty's already gone.
Well, yeah, Genty's gone. So I was gonna say they probably. I know Kenny ain't gonna want to hear this, but they may take Amarion Hampton to keep him from falling to Dallas at 12.
Yeah,
yeah, K man. I got him
he
going.
ain't going
Yeah,
that.
K man.
He ain't going that high. But all right, cool.
You don't
he
think
ain't
so?
going. He not going to Dallas either.
If Jackson Dart can go 9, if Jackson Dart can go 9, then Amarion Hampton can go 10.
All right, cool.
I'm just saying.
See, I know what you're doing.
I'm just saying. But let's keep in mind, right? So we still got some edges. We
All right,
still
well,
got some
B.
edges here.
Let's go.
We still
Let's
got
go.
Jalen Walker. We still got Mike Green.
Yeah. All right, B. Let's go to the teams. B.
And
Falcons.
they also need to get younger at safety. So
let's get to the point. B. Who y'all taking for the Falcons? B.
No, we get there with. So we going quick. All right. So
hold on.
We did the first 10, right?
Yeah, let's just go quick. We just give them. I'll give him Mike Green. You want to give him Hampton? Okay.
Yeah, give him Hampton.
All right. Number 11, San Francisco, blowing it up.
Yep.
They got a team needs DT, cornerback, linebacker. I think that's a perfect spot for Will Johnson, to be honest.
Yep.
Dang it.
And if he would have played this past season instead of he hurt his draft stock pussyfooting around, not trying. Oh, my ankle. Yeah. But Mason Graham played and Kenneth Grant played. Kenneth Grant was not considered a first round pick before this season. So
True.
And Colston played even with crappy quarterback play. So
yeah.
But if you go back to the 2023 Will Johnson tape, problem. He's a problem.
Exactly.
Right.
Cowboys.
Gerald's on the clock. They get Dak some help or what?
They're gonna take another wide receiver, man.
They're gonna take a wide receiver.
Yeah. And I want to say it's the guy from Arizona. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
McMillan.
Yep. Dolphins need.
All right. Got Miami.
Well, Dolphins need a offensive tackle and defense
guard
because their Armstead just retired.
Now I can see. Yeah, but I can see either Jalen Walker or Malachi Starks.
Yeah, because their defense was terrible.
And then who knows what they may do with old fast scumbag down there.
BAB.
They may trade him.
Yeah, he may be.
We're gonna have to update that nickname because he.
Yeah. All right. Give me
BAWB.
For me, I still think the head coach has a lot to say. I'm going Banks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that one.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
All right. And we got the Colts.
Oh, that's easy.
Too bad you can't draft. Too bad we can't draft a rehab facility. But let's see. Who we got?
Methadone.
Hold on, okay, man. Did you just rename that whole dome?
No, but thank you. Now I will. That's the new name.
That's brilliant, Sean.
That's the new name. Thank you, Sean. That's the new name.
That's brilliant.
No.
Oh man, that's brilliant. All right, so clearly, Tyler Warren is not falling anymore in this draft.
Yeah, he's not.
No,
he's not.
So give that man Anthony Richardson some help. Tyler Warren to the Colts.
You mean Daniel Jones?
And here we at 15. ATL. Rise up.
What y'all doing?
So everybody obviously knows our number one need is edge rusher, right? So we made an awful trade last year. We made an awful trade last year with
Here he
with
play.
the Patriots, getting Judon for a third. That was horrible. So but I don't like just because there are edge rushers here doesn't mean that there won't be edge rushers here later because I feel like me personally, I don't want us to stay at 15. I want us to get into the 20s. I want us to accumulate. I want us
Draft
to
picks, huh?
accumulate two more picks. I want another
Yeah,
pick.
they need him.
Yeah,
They
I
need him.
want to pick and potentially, if we can move back into the 20s and pick up a third and maybe a sixth or something.
I was
That's
thinking early
that's
second
what I'm
rounds, B.
I'm I'm all for accumulating picks because huh?
I was thinking if y'all can move back and get some early second round.
Say what, Sean?
If y'all can move back and get something early second round.
No, I mean we have a second round pick. We have a second
Yeah,
round pick.
I don't know, third or
But
fourth.
I want to pick up I want to pick up a third because we don't have a third, and I want to pick up a sixth. Some I think a six would be fair. Like going back into the 20s for somebody to move up to 15. I think that pick plus a third and a six would get us there. But for the sake of this draft, and we don't have teams up here drafting with us. We drafting everybody. I'm gonna stay put, and I'm gonna take Mike Green from Marshalls. From Marshall,
Really?
you can tell him. You can tell him I'm married, man. I just said Marshalls.
Yes, I
Yeah, I
heard
know,
that.
right?
I heard that. I heard that.
That's why I said.
I let
That's
that
why I
slide.
said really.
That's why I let that slide. I'm like, okay.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
that's where y'all going later on, right?
yeah.
You used to say,
Hey, hey, we we very well may be.
Yeah,
So
Marshall Coles,
standing,
Home Goods.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Man made. But yeah,
I'm
we
with you.
stand
I'm with
pat
you.
at 15.
All
And
right, B.
we take Mike Green. I think Mike Green. I know he has some off the field stuff, but I think
Mm-hmm.
he's a dope prospect. He's raw, but my thing is this: like he has the numbers to back up his talent. Like you got somebody like Shamar Stewart, right? Who we had Carolina take earlier. Shamar Stewart, all the talent in the world, he doesn't have the numbers or the stats to back that up. I like seeing production. Like I don't always like drafting off of potential. Like let me see production. And he has
So B.
production and he's not a one-trick pony. He has moves. He has
Okay.
moves. So
So B. My question to you: what's the
yep.
difference between Green from Marshall and then the guy Williams from Georgia? They're both are edges. What's the difference? I haven't seen Green
Williams is
play. I've
more
seen
raw.
Marshall play. I've seen Williams play.
Michael Williams is yeah, he's good. Michael Williams is good, but he's a little bit more raw at the position than Mike Green. Mike Green is he's more of a polished pass rusher. He just
Okay,
doesn't have the exposure because he played at Marshall.
Marshall. Okay, I give you that one. I haven't seen. I haven't
Yeah. But
seen
I mean,
Williams.
look, if we were to go say like either a Jalen Walker or Michael Williams at 15, I ain't mad at it at all. I'm not mad at it at all.
I got you. Who next? Who
So
we got?
that's us. We got the Cardinals. That's where I think probably, I think we'll see a little bit of a mini run on edges around this area of the draft.
Yeah.
I think we'll kind of start it. So I mean,
Yeah.
for all intents and purposes, we'll put Michael Williams here at 16
Okay.
They need an edge they
to
need edge
Arizona. Yep. I think we could probably see, Jalen Walker go in
bad.
anywhere in this area, either to the
They need
Bengals or
defense.
Seattle. So
The Bengals gonna
yeah.
need him.
So we'll go. Mhm. But I can also see Derek Harmon. I can also see Derek Harmon going to Cincinnati.
Yep.
But for the sake of this draft, we'll put Jalen Walker in Cincinnati. And now I want to probably put I think Golden will probably be a good pick here. They got rid of Tyler Lockett.
Yeah,
Smith and
I watched
Mm-hmm.
Jigba
Golden
needs a
play.
Smith and Jigba needs a running mate. They don't have
True,
DK anymore,
true.
They
so
just gave us
I feel
$40
like
million.
Golden is a good one here. Yeah, for real. Come on, bro, be cool. Got a baby in my lap. Yeah,
They need
you
all
trying to say
defense on
something
this
on the
team.
podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. This is. I think this is a. I don't want to see him go there because I like him. This pick is tailor made. Malachi Starks to the Bucks,
Mm.
Yeah.
I think that team fits him though.
which leads us to number 20. Kennedy,
Mm-hmm.
what y'all thinking, man?
So there's a triumvirate of, there's four that they call the big four for the Broncos. It's players they want, and that's Ashton Genty, Mario Hampton,
Mm-hmm.
Colston Loveland, and Tyler Warner. Three of the four are gone.
Yep.
But
Yep.
because we already picked up Evan Ingram, and this draft is so deep at tight end, we're gonna go defense. I'm gonna go defense for the Broncos.
Oh, okay.
And you're gonna go down a little bit more, and you're gonna go get Kenneth Grant.
Okay, man.
Ooh, okay. Over Harmon? Explain that one.
Back, but...
He's young. He's a little bit younger, and he's more athletic. His only issue is weight concern. Is weight concern, but I think they can get that in control. Give me Kenneth Grant because he also adds the run element and pass rush element. Now, ideally, I would trade down. I would trade down, and then try to get him in like in the 20, it's like 26 range, 26 range. But we're not doing trades. So.
K man, me knowing Sean Payton, I got y'all taking Hampton from North Carolina to help. Go Knicks out as a running game, and also coming out of the backfield.
I think Hampton's going to be there, and I don't think they're going to trade up for him. But as the draft that we're doing, because in my second round, I'm picking Jason Taylor and Jason Taylor's kid. And
Mason Taylor for tight end.
Yeah. Exactly.
But K-Man,
yeah.
Here's my thing about that. You got to look at the teams in your division. The Chiefs put up points, or can put up points. Sean Payton.
This ain't 2021, sir.
Sean Payton likes offense that can score to put points up.
Yes.
So that running back coming out of the backfield is going to be a distraction.
Absolutely.
Go over the top.
I'm going off the board we have in front of us. And so I'm thinking about the last quarter of the season where our defense was a Swiss cheese.
Good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good point, bro.
Yeah. And then look at the first two free agents they signed: safety and linebacker. They're addressing a need.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. I give you that.
All right, I'm gonna finish it out. We got a few more picks to go. I'm gonna just finish it out. I think Pittsburgh. Obviously Shedeur is gone. Yeah. I think they'll be looking for a replacement for
Cam Hayward.
What's my guy's name? Cam Hayward.
Yeah, he been there playing for a minute.
So I think Harmon would be a good spot. Pittsburgh would be a good spot for Harmon. Going on to Loveland. LA Chargers, they also have a needed defensive tackle, but they have to go tight end here. And I don't know if Colston Loveland will be here.
I don't know. But if there is
for this mock draft here.
Especially if you look at how Harbaugh drafted last year, a lot of Michigan players went to LA last year, so I can see him getting enough.
I'm thinking the Chargers looking for another edge because both of the time is running down.
Well, they cut him.
Oh, that's right, they did. Yeah, I'm thinking looking for another edge,
but it may not. They brought Khalil Mack back, but they did that so that they won't have to take an edge here as early. Yeah. They're gonna get an edge probably in round 2.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna get, but it won't be the one I'm about to pick for Green Bay. Green Bay, we going James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee. I think that's a great spot for him. I think
Yeah,
that's a great spot for
he's
him.
another disruptor.
Chicago's loading up. Yeah, Chicago's loading up. You want to be able to affect the quarterback, and so I think they'll load up on some defensive talent in the front seven. Moving on to Minnesota, they got needs at safety, cornerback, guard, edge, running back. This could be a spot for Barron.
Yeah, I think Barron there. Yes.
Vikings for their quarterback
Yeah.
situation. But,
well, that's on them.
I mean, they got a quarterback. They just don't know exactly how good he is yet.
yeah.
The Texans, I don't
offensive
know
line.
what they
offensive
did.
line.
It's just a matter of, are we going interior or on the edge, right?
They got to go on the edge, B, because they gave the guy up to the Commanders.
Yeah. So
Josh
Simmons to the Texans at 25,
and then Josh Simmons going there. CJ Stroud will be on his back some more. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
I just want y'all to see the college that Josh Simmons went to. Just want to make small note of that. Okay. All right, moving on. We have the LA Rams, and we know that the LA Rams love thinking out of the box, right?
Mm-hmm.
They love thinking out of the box, and we were talking about it earlier, and so I'm ready to throw a curveball in this draft. We're gonna go Jackson Dart.
Yep.
Ole Miss.
And look, that's the other room I've heard this week too.
Yep. Jackson Dart, Ole Miss. It's bound to happen. Bound to happen. Either that, they may let him fall out of the first round, and they may move up in the second round and grab him.
Well, look, no. Things, but, they want the 5th-year option. So especially with a quarterback, they'll probably
That's true. He's LA. He's one of the few people that got away. You remember what Kramer said on Seinfeld? He said, "Jerry, it's LA. Nobody
leaves.
Nobody leaves." I think I think here is a perfect spot to keep that Alabama love going in Baltimore post Ozzie. So
Ozzie's still
do
there.
we go Jahad Campbell here? Do we go Jahad Campbell here? Or do we protect Dookie?
You gotta
go
protect
Booker.
Dookie.
I say we go Booker. I like Booker.
We protect Dookie.
Yeah.
Cool. Here, I mean
I got it.
They don't have like one glaring need per se, but I would either go Egbuka or Scorton.
I thinking Walter Nolan.
Really came in
because remember their defense. They got hit last year with defense. So I'm thinking either Campbell. I'm thinking defense.
Mm-hmm.
Now they could go edge because they don't have no edge. They don't have no pass rush.
That's what I'm thinking, K-Man.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. Like they had to go and get Zadarius Smith.
Yeah.
And they just got him.
Because what's his name went down with an injury. And that kind of screwed them. Mm-hmm. Especially in the divisional round.
Yep.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. Who y'all want?
I'll go with K-Man.
We're gonna think outside the box.
All right, so
we're gonna think outside the box. What
level
or Scorton?
I'm going Scorton. They need edge.
That's what I'm saying.
They need edge. That's the number one pick. They need edge.
I agree.
Because they kind of got everything else.
Sean's second team.
There you go.
Sean's stepchild.
Look, so once again, I'm going to keep it. They need
All right, so
They need a safety. No, they need a corner. And I didn't look at the
okay,
Commanders.
so
Let me see.
let me ask you this though. Let me put it to you this way. What what position kept them from beating the Eagles in the NFC Championship? What
Oh
position
man,
group
you can say
Linebacker.
that.
kept them from
Yeah.
beating the Eagles?
Here's the thing, K-Man. K-Man.
Exactly.
You kind of right. You kind of right. They got Louvo and they got my man. I can't think of his name. I see the number, but
Bobby Wagner.
yeah,
Yeah, they
right.
just re-signed him.
Yeah, for another year. They need a good
But
safety and a good corner. They
Louvu is okay. He's just he's undisciplined.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, B. He is. He's like raw. He's like yeah.
You know, Dan Campbell's looking for the next
And
Bobby Wagner, his next leader on defense.
yeah.
I would say linebacker, man,
Oh yeah,
but
you
I'm
keep
thinking
saying Dan Campbell. You talking about
Oh, it's not Dan Campbell. Dan Quinn.
you
Jesus
talking about
Christ.
Dan Quinn.
Dan
I knew you meant
yeah,
K-Man.
Dan
Yeah.
Quinn.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a cornerback, man. They need another corner. Because when's the last time the Commanders had a good corner? Oh, I hear crickets.
Champ Bailey.
Okay, he said good, not great.
See, K-Man, why you?
Champ's
Okay.
great. He just said.
All right.
Sean just saying
Fred
good.
Smoot.
The mouth of the South, Fresh move.
Fred Smoot.
Yeah, Fred Smoot.
And he's still, hey B, he's still in this area doing shows for the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They need a good corner.
So
to
Sean,
match
are you do okay, so look though. Do you
Draft value,
think Revel is right? Do you think Revel is a better value than Jahad Campbell at this spot? You can't be thinking that. You can't be thinking that.
Because
I
right
would
now,
even I would
right now in
even
this position,
I would even look at one of these two edges
we're drafting best
before
player
I would
available
corner at
now.
this spot.
We're not at need. We're best player available right now.
I would say the best player, if in my opinion, the Commanders should go cornerback. If he's still available, the guy from Michigan, what's his name, Will Johnson, because
Gone.
he's a okay. If he's
Nah,
going,
he
He ain't falling that far.
he won't get past 15. I promise you that.
Yeah.
I would say,
He won't get past 15. I promise you.
because I watch the SEC a lot, I would say another guy that I had on my board is a good corner, 5'11", got pretty decent speed. The guy from Texas, what's his name? Oh yeah, Barron, Jihadi Barron. He's 5'11".
Jade Barron. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gone too.
and,
Yeah, he
and
went to Miami.
No, Miami
No.
went Banks.
Who did we? No, he went to the Steel. No. Yeah, to the Minnesota. He went to Minnesota at 24.
Oh, he did? Okay. Dang.
Yeah, he went to Minnesota at 24. Yeah, so you have your eyes on the right guys. They're just gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
So you got to go
And so
BPA. You got to go BPA.
You gotta look at
I was
mean,
so fixated on the Commanders getting
they
the
could
corner,
possibly
man, because,
go Eamon Warrior.
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, but I was fixated on
Second
the
round.
Commanders
Second round.
Here's the
Second
thing.
round.
I was fixated on the Commanders getting a lot, kind of not going to say a lockdown corner, because
There's no such thing.
that's kind of like obsolete nowadays. But at least get a corner that's tall enough to compete with like CD Lamb and the people that the Eagles have. I'll go
Okay,
with
so
what y'all
here's your
got.
tall
Who
corner,
y'all
right?
said?
But see, the problem here is where he played.
Yeah.
East Carolina. He didn't see any dogs.
True.
He didn't see no bruhs. He didn't see any dudes playing at East Carolina.
Also coming off a torn ACL. No, dude.
I mean, if you
Yeah, just
If
say
you
Campbell.
look, if you want him, if you want him,
If you want him,
this is
I mean,
look.
if
This is
Jackson
your
Dart went in the
stepchild.
first,
If you want him,
if Jackson Dart went in the first round, you want to put him there? Go ahead.
right?
Look,
Yeah.
look, every year.
You want a corner here, Sean?
Yeah, put a corner, man. That's what I think they need. Because offensively, they're
Okay.
pretty good. You know, work on the defense. But here's the thing, y'all. Do y'all know this is the first draft season that every team has had a first round pick?
In a minute, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I think this one's a no-brainer.
Campbell.
Jahad Campbell does not get past Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Good point, B.
He should have been gone one pick ago.
I'm saying, but
Sean,
okay.
Sean G Ming it up in here, so you know. All right, so too bad you can't draft a deeper voice. So with that being said, Kansas City Chiefs are on the clock.
What do they need?
Apparently, you can't draft a good haircut either. Let's see. We got team needs defensive tackle. Yeah, say what's up. Say what's up.
I like
what's up, nephew.
Defensive tackle.
I like Nolan as a replacement to
offensive guard is.
Ooh, offensive guard, but
yeah, I agree there.
Yeah, they need.
But I can also see Gray Zabel. Gray Zabel. This is a name to keep an eye on.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a kid that's been kind of rising up boards because of his he doesn't have the most impressive physical makeup, but his mean streak is incredible.
Yeah, but true, B. But they have to shore up that offensive line for your boy, man.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where they probably go. They're probably
Gray Zabel could be the pick here.
Yeah, they got to do something. After the way the Eagles bum rushed them in that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's where things can get interesting.
Yeah.
Defending champs, Philadelphia Eagles. You could say that they have a need on the offensive line. Probably more so guard than tackle. Because I don't think because Becton's gone, right? They let him walk.
Yeah.
Mekhi Becton's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at offensive tackles that are available, I mean,
they're not gonna draft. They're gonna draft.
Could look at an Oregon tackle here. Personally, I wouldn't.
No, they're not gonna do that. They wouldn't do that.
So you look at the guards that are available. Donovan Jackson is an option. He's an option. He's kind of mean with it as well. I'm sure Kennedy would probably disagree. But then you look at the other side of the ball, right? So what could they possibly do at, let's say,
they lost edge?
They lost edge. Defensive tackle. Like they're starters. Yeah, they lost edge.
Yeah,
but also they lost
the
Hargrave too.
Yeah.
Or what's his? Yeah, they lost him to San Fran.
Yeah.
Is there a tackle here? I think there is.
Me too.
That could come in, play behind Jordan Davis, play behind Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
And once again, we're letting Howie Roseman, all these good picks fall to him.
Look, dude,
Family show.
He's a wizard, man. He done put together a roster, bro.
Well, if you didn't pick the corner out of East Carolina,
right? Exactly.
He's a wizard.
Because look, Walter Nolan was who I had as a sleeper to the Commanders because they lost Jonathan Allen.
Yeah,
they let him walk, and they need a body in there. But no, you got your corner. So too bad you let Walter Nolan fall to the Eagles at 32.
That's when y'all mess with me. And I was thinking That's what that's what they need. They need a corner.
I said pick best player available. You're like, yeah, they need a corner. Not in the first round, player.
You are who you are, player.
Man, I totally screwed up just now. I was hoping I could print that draft, but I got this touchpad and I just backed out of it. So, oh well.
Yeah, well, it's fun exercise.
Okay, like Jerry said, what can you do?
What can you do?
Hey, my question, it probably won't happen because we got different priorities. Well, look, of course, during the draft, we'll be texting. So,
yeah.
But I'm gonna tell y'all, man, this season is going to be interesting because I know my team still have cap issues, and also with Derek Carr with his shoulder issue being hurt. So,
yeah,
this gonna be
yeah. But like I
wild.
said, I think the Saints are in cap trouble, but they aren't stupid, and so I think that this was a move. Hold on, bro. I think this was a move where they let it get out about Derek Carr's shoulder to let everybody think that they're going to go quarterback at number 9 when they have no intention of going quarterback at number 9.
That's what I heard that too.
Mm-hmm.
That too. That's what I said earlier.
I think it's all a smoke screen, to be honest.
Yeah. Like what I said earlier. But we'll see. Yeah. And K-Man, for your team, man, I hope y'all get the dude for the running back from North Carolina, man, because I think that'll be a great fit for y'all in that division, going up against the teams y'all go against.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I will say this:
just as long as him or Genty don't end up on New Orleans, I'm good.
If Genty is he gets past the rate available and he's like somewhere around, say, the Saints pick. Oh, Sean Payton calling his best BFF, Mickey Loomis. Hey, I can see that happen. I can see that happen.
Yeah, if we can get some picks from y'all, you never know.
Yeah, you get 20 and like next year's 2. Yeah.
And look, and K-Man, to your point, that was Sean Payton. That was Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis thing, there, man.
Yeah, because if Genty were to fall, he ain't falling past Chicago. He's not falling past Chicago.
And then look, K-Man, we forgot. Look, we forgot who the Falcons got as their GM now, where he came from.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. If Shedeur were to fall somewhere between 9 and 13, that would help the Saints and the Broncos because it would bring some players down. And then also, in Brandon's scenario, some teams will want to move up because a player that they wanted is in that rank because it's at 15. You're not giving up next year's first.
Yeah,
for that.
I told you about Fatno, man.
Right.
I was so hurt when he left. I was like, and then for him to go to y'all, I was pissed. I said, God dang it.
Sean, you got a fellow who datter in the comments.
That's right, baby. Who that?
Johnson Snyder.
You must know about this right here, baby.
What's happening, bro?
What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I'm telling you, I was so hurt, man, when the 5-0 left because this was my whole thought process. I'm like, Loomis is gonna be out there soon. We got 5-0 in there. He knows what to do. But then when he left, I said, man. Then for him to go to the Falcons, and then for you to come out and say you a Falcons fan, I was like, oh hell.
Well, he was my pick for the Broncos, but Elway wasn't gonna pick him. So I mean, I like our GM now, but I'm just like, he was my pick.
And I'll be honest with you, man. I ain't no Falcons. I hate the Dirty Birds, but y'all got a damn good GM.
I know where you stand.
and
hey, but you want to know the funny part? You want to know the funny part? You want to know the funny part? A lot of Falcons fans don't see it that way.
Yeah,
they think he's a joke. From.
Hey, Sean, the comment said,
not only that, but just
said get a new face of the franchise, move on from Derek Carr. That's one of the comments said.
Hey, man, I agree with him because Derek Carr is not. And look, here's the thing that's killing us, y'all. That freaking contract he has is killing us.
Yes.
The contract, if they let him go before June 1st, they're gonna carry like I think like 20 million this year and then like 40 million next year. But if they literally cut him, they're gonna cover the whole like six. I think it's like 60 million at one time.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, they're working things out to try to spread it out over 2 years.
Here we go. Here we go with the funny math for the Saints. Here we go. Spreading it
Hey,
out.
hey, look, hey,
Yeah.
look, it's cap,
Um.
cap 101.
Yeah. When you spread it out too much, eventually you're gonna pay for it one way or another.
Yeah. And
And
here's the problem with cap
I'm
101. Y'all need to move to 201 because y'all been stuck on 101 and y'all
We're
been
the
doing the same
freshman
goop.
year.
yeah. Right.
I need to move to advanced capology. Jesus.
Goodness, bro.
You keep kicking the can down the road. Like
Yeah.
it eventually catch up with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But so I don't, Johnson, I'm not sure how long you've been watching, but we just completed a mock draft for the Saints, and Sean went Shedeur. He went Shedeur Sanders at 9. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know. Hit us up in the chat. Do you agree or disagree? Shedeur Sanders at 9 for the
Also,
new
anybody
face of the
else
franchise.
anybody else who watches this pod later on, hit us up in the comments. Give us what you think going to happen for any of your teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in our podcast, it's a family show, so we try to keep it clean. We try to sanitize everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he agrees. He agrees with the pick. Shedeur at 9.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Here we go.
Yeah. We kind of we talked about it. We talked. Here you go. Now he's trying to freeze his camera up again.
Ain't yeah, I see
Freeze his
that.
camera up again. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Y'all look, y'all got me acting like James Brown in here.
Now you just need a wig and a bunch of sweat on your face from all the coke.
Yeah.
Maybe you can borrow some from Jim Irsay.
Methadone.
There you go, K-Man. I look, K-Man, I didn't even mean to say it, but then when you said it, I was like, is he
trying? The Lucas Oil methadone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Gosh, man.
There's something wrong with y'all, man.
I gotta go get this kid something to eat, man.
All right, man. We out, man.
Yeah, we out. Once again, great show.
Appreciate y'all tuning in, man.
Once again,
Johnson Snyder, even though you're a Saints fan, shout out to you.
Yeah. Once again, keep watch, like, subscribe, comment, share.
Man, y'all
hit that like button.
Y'all on one today, boy. Y'all.
Yeah. Yep. Saturday morning.
All right, to the next one, man. Happy Easter, y'all.
Hey, same here, man. I'll holler at you. Peace.
Peace.
Yep.